Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Rob, and I am back with a brand new Blu-ray, DVD, and VHS update. That's right. Got a stack of movies here. Went to my local Goodwill, went to Walmart, and they had a lot of good deals. 2 for $1 movies. Some of these movies I upgraded from VHS. Some of them I had to get to complete my collection. I also have some really cool box sets that remind me of watching TV shows back in the 80s. I also have a toy pickup that I'm going to wait until the end of the video to show you. Really awesome stuff here. So let's start with the only Blu-ray I picked up. Now I got this to complete my collection because I do own the other 2, and I believe there are only 3. I've never seen this one though. Blu-ray DVD digital of Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. Ben Stiller. I know my boys really like the Night at the Museum movies, and I think they're entertaining. I wouldn't call them like great movies, but they're a lot of fun. Anyway, haven't seen this one, this one was 99 cents, brand new sealed at Goodwill, so I couldn't pass it up. The next one, here's the thing. I saw this movie when it came out, and I actually like it better than the originals. This one has David Harbour. The first 2 had Ron Perlman. Hellboy, the newest version. Now, this is rated R. I think the blood and gore and stuff helped the movie. I do like the fight scenes where he's fighting the giants and he's taking them out. The Ron Perlman one, it seemed like all he did was talk. It's like, you know, people are upset at this one. They're like, oh, Ron Perlman's the only Hellboy. It's like, who cares about Ron Perlman? Like, honestly, he wasn't that impressive. I think David Harbour is just as good. That's just my opinion. So I think this movie gets a lot of undeserved hate. I don't know. That's just, like I said, that's just my thoughts on it. So the next one has Thomas Hayden Church, The Sandman, and Robert Duvall in a film by Walter Hill called Broken Trail. Never seen this one. It looks like a Western, and I really, really like Robert Duvall as an actor. Here's one I've never seen. It says Dare to Make Contact, from a true story called End of the Spear. It looks like it's about Native Americans. Or something like that. Looks interesting. Never seen it. Here's one that I got for me and my kids to watch. And I do like the old series, the old cartoon. Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island. This is the original movie. Now, it kind of reminds me of the original cartoons. Even though it's a little bit more modern, it still feels like a Scooby-Doo episode, or in this case, a movie. You know, it still feels like you're watching a Scooby-Doo show. So this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Here is the sequel to one of the most, I want to say, one of the funniest comedies ever made. Here we have Caddyshack 2 in its DVD snap case. This one has, of course, Marsha Warfield, Randy Quaid, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, Jonathan Silverman, Robert Stack. I remember liking this movie, but it's not as good as the first one. Definitely not. Now here's a classic. Talk about classic. 1987. I've been trying to beef up my John Candy collection, and one of these days I'm going to do a video showing my entire John Candy collection. But this is also a John Hughes film, and I do like John Hughes as a director. Very, very talented director. This also has Steve Martin, and it is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Now, I never owned this outside of VHS. The VHS copy I always used to watch. But again, like I said, I'm trying to beef up my John Candy collection, so this is a nice one to add to it. Here is a double feature, which also involves John Hughes, even though he didn't direct these movies. This had the same director, but John Hughes was, you know, he basically did the screenplay, and I think he produced the second film here. But we have Pretty in Pink and then Some Kind of Wonderful. Now, I've never seen Some Kind of Wonderful. It's got Leah Thompson, Eric Stoltz, what's her name, Mary Stuart Masterson. But everyone knows Pretty in Pink. You know, John Cryer, Molly Ringwald, Annie Potts. But it was a nice double feature. This one's also a classic. I believe this was also 1987, the same as Plane, Trains, and Automobiles. But it's got Kim Cattrall and Andrew McCarthy in Mannequin, another movie that I own on VHS and used to watch all the time. But here I have it on DVD. And it's also the MGM DVD, which they all look the same with that black part right here on the spine that says MGM DVD. It looks the same. I own a lot of these. So, Mannequin. Here's a funny comedy. Great cast. Luke Wilson, Will Ferrell, and Vince Vaughn. When it comes to Will Ferrell, I'm not the biggest fan. My favorite Will Ferrell movie is probably Step Brothers. I didn't care for Talladega Nights. Some of the other stuff he's done. Elf was pretty funny. But I thought this one was actually pretty good. And it is old school. Yeah, this one was... I can't believe I never owned this. But, like I said, I'm not the biggest Will Ferrell fan. The last DVD I picked up here is Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick in Deck the Halls. This is another one that I really liked. Very entertaining. Alright, so moving on to the VHS clamshells really quick. I'm going to show you. I picked up Mighty Morphin Power Rangers here in the clamshell. Really, really cool. I really love the back with the images there. Ivan Ooze. If your parents try to stop you, just throw it in their faces. Power Rangers the movie on VHS clamshell. Here's a Walt Disney feature that I used to watch all the time. And, you know, when I had it on VHS, I basically wore out the VHS to where I didn't have it anymore. And it is Blank Check. Who doesn't remember Blank Check? You know, about the guy who writes this kid. He signs the check, but he didn't fill out the amount or anything like that. So the kid has this blank check, and he writes in $1 million, takes it to the bank to cash it, and they give him the money. And it's part of this like scheme that's going on that he becomes a part of. And he gets all this money, and he does whatever he wants. It's like every kid's dream his age to go out and get all these toys, all these things to like go-karts and like just... It's unbelievable, like what they show, like when he goes into the store, he's buying TVs and like just toys, and he rides in a limo and buys a house. Like, honestly, this is like a very fun movie, and you kind of use your imagination as a kid. Like, what would I do with $1 million if I had all that money? Like, what would I do? What would I buy? Karen Duffy's in this, and she's freaking smoking. But anyway, Blank Check. Yeah, it's just a fun movie. The last one I picked up here, I've never seen this cover at all. And it is Batman the movie, you know, 1966. The cover I have on DVD is this cover, with both of them standing there, and it says Batman the movie. But this one is just weird. It shows them, they're hopping out of the Batmobile, they're hopping in, I can't really tell. But it says Pow and Zacco. I don't know why. It's not like they're hitting anything. Usually they do that when they're hitting something. But up on the letters there, you can see Catwoman, Penguin, Joker, and then Riddler. I don't know what is with this cover. I've never seen it. Have you guys seen this cover before? It's just weird. The cover I remember is this one. But anyway, I thought that was pretty awesome. Moving on to some nostalgia now. We're going to talk about the 80s. And these, like, here's the thing. This show, I used to watch all the time along with the other show that goes along with it. I got this at Walmart. It is the complete original series of She-Ra, Princess of Power. Now, this is the other version of He-Man, okay? And what I like about She-Ra is I love the villains, Hordak and the Evil Horde. Hordak I thought was a lot tougher than Skeletor. Skeletor always seemed to run away and always laugh, but it's like Hordak was a badass. This also has He-Man and She-Ra, The Secret of the Sword, which is a full-length movie. He-Man and She-Ra, the Christmas special, everyone knows that one. It's got a lot of special features, but it has 93 episodes, which span 2 seasons. So this is the complete series. You get everything here. All the special features. Of course, He-Man appears in a lot of that stuff. Just really cool. It looks just like the He-Man set. Now, I just got the He-Man set, which I think this is all like remastered and stuff, but the He-Man set, you know, it looks really cool. So this is going to go right next to it. Yeah, She-Ra, the Princess of Power. I had, when it comes to like the figures, He-Man figures, like I had Hordak, and I had a couple of the figures from the Evil Horde. There was Grizzlor. I think he was like all hairy and stuff like that. So that's what it was about, though, like the toys. Here is another series that I used to watch, and I had some of the toys. I didn't have everything where you had to like build it into one complete toy. But this is the complete original series, and I wasn't sure if it was the original one because they did redo it. But it says original series, and it is Voltron, Defenders of the Universe. This is awesome, man. The original Voltron. 124 episodes that complete the Lion Force and Vehicle Force together. As you can see, Lion Force and Vehicle Force. It's got bonus feature Voltron Fleet of Doom, which is the original TV special. Yeah, 124 episodes. This is amazing, guys. This is a trip down memory lane right here. I'm gonna do a video showing you guys my complete like TV show collection as far as like old shows and cartoons. Because I have a lot, man. I have a lot. Now, see if you guys can remember some of them. That'd be a fun video. I think I'm going to do that sometime soon. So, those are the 2 things I picked up at Walmart as far as taking a trip down memory lane there. Now it's on to the toy pickup, and again, this brings back memories, and I know you guys are probably gonna know this. I picked up G.I. Joe Cobra Hiss Tank. I know you guys remember this. This was one of the most popular G.I. Joe vehicles ever. Even though it's not, you know, G.I. Joe, it's Cobra. But I'm saying vehicle-wise, everyone remembers the Cobra Hiss Tank. I mean, just look at this box art. This reminds me of the 80s box art. The original G.I. Joe toys that they released. It looks just like the original stuff. But Walmart, my Walmart got 2 of these in. And, like, they weren't even there a week before. I didn't even know they were going to release these because they've been releasing the 6-inch figures. But anyway, you can see right there is Cobra Commander on the back. This is awesome. The Cobra Hiss Tank. The window right here is where the guy was, but I have him actually out. I'm going to show you guys. If you turn around, shows you what it looks like. And then, of course, you got the file card right here that shows you, like, you know, what his specialty is, like where he was born, what role does he play in the Cobra Army. So, really, really cool, guys. This is a great toy pickup. Here it is. I put it together. Of course, you know, it came to where you had to kind of put the bottom and top on and then put the stickers on, which was another cool thing about G.I. Joe. If you ever got the vehicles, you put the stickers on yourself. So it's got the 788 right there, and then it's got the Cobra emblem. There's a bunch of them, actually. One on the back. Really, really awesome. You can open this right there and put a guy in there to drive it. And then, of course, here is the driver. I'll take him out and I'll show you him in a minute, but you could fit a guy up here in the turret and with these guns here, and you can move these up and down, and you can even swivel this around, which is pretty awesome. You can fire all different ways if you want to. That is cool. And you could also fit another guy here. See those two pegs? Yeah, you can fit actually a couple guys, like they're standing on the back with their guns or something. The bottom of this even has wheels, so it does roll. This thing is a beast. I freaking love this thing, man. So here is the Cobra Hiss driver. I like the color scheme. I like just the way he looks. He's got the big Cobra emblem on his chest. A lot of articulation. I mean, hell, you can even swivel at the feet. Look at this. You can swivel his foot like that. Look at, look. I mean, that's crazy. You couldn't do that with the older G.I. Joes. Even though these are in the same scale as the original Joes, I think the 3-inch scale, they just look more. I don't know. The paint apps and the articulation just make them more. More realistic in that way. So pretty awesome character. They also come with these stands, of course, and it says Cobra Trooper. You can of course stand them up there if you want to pose them that way. I actually might just I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to display him like this. I'm going to put him in here in the turret and then have him like that. I think that's more badass. I mean, how would you guys display it? I'd display it like that. But, awesome, guys. This is... I feel like a kid at Christmas. When I show my kids these, they don't understand. They don't understand. Like, what's G.I. Joe? That looks really cool. Well, yeah, it does. You bet your ass it does. You bet your ass it looks cool. These are what toys... This is what being a kid was all about back then. They don't make toys like this anymore. So anyway, that's my toy update. Really, really awesome, guys. It's been a very good day, and yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back with more of these. Seems like I'm doing these, you know, every week and sometimes even twice. But yeah, I'm continuing on with my 31 Days of Horror. In October. Hope you guys are enjoying those videos, and have a pretty cool project coming up that I'm working with other YouTubers on, making a short film with them, with like 3 other YouTubers. So I'm actually in the midst of editing right now, which is pretty awesome. And when it's all done and finished, hopefully it's you know, it's entertaining. It's just, we put a lot of work into filming scenes and stuff and put them all together and things like that. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, just stay tuned for more videos. This is Rob signing off, and I'll see you guys in the next one.